Gatherings. Obviously all the Australian Tricks gatherings since 2007. In 2008 I went to the Bergen gathering in Bergen, Norway, of course, and that was probably the most fun experience I've ever had in my life, because everyone there in Norway, they're just awesome. Team Nan and all the other boys there, they're just awesome people, and it was just such a fun place to be, to trick at, because everyone's so happy and they just love tricking. And then after Norway, I went to the Loop Kicks gathering in California, I think, yeah, California, and that was really fun too. Like, there's so many trickers there. I got to meet, you know, all the big name US trickers. It was awesome. Yeah, I got to battle Nan also from Norway in Loop Kicks, and that was awesome. That was a great experience. You know, just seeing Seshimara and Prodigy and Anise and Danny Graham and even Steve Tirada was in the same room at one point. It's just fantastic. Even, you know, Gary Ip was there, and even though he doesn't release much stuff these days, he should, because he's still a freak. And Manny Brown, Jesus, he can kick anywhere, even in like the next dimension if you wanted to. So yeah, there's a lot of big names and a lot of inspirational people there. And also Donnie as well, I didn't mention him before, but Donnie, he is definitely a huge inspiration. I bite a lot of his tricks and work with a lot of the different concepts that he plays with, or try to at least, even though I can't kick as well as he can. Yeah, he's awesome. So yeah, that was Loop Kicks, man. Oh, of course. Also, Mike Maguire and what's his name? It's slipping my mind right now. He does a lot of Rocket Boy stuff. Help me out here. And Carl McLean, there you go. So Carl McLean and Mike Maguire, I hung out with them heaps of Loop Kicks, and that was like so much fun. Talking about turtlenecks and jumpers and heaps. Yeah, man, big inspirational influences from those guys too. So yeah, so that's Loop Kicks, and then yeah, all the ATGs. I've been nowhere else really, but I think, yeah, I definitely want to go back to Bergen again. Definitely want to hit up a Disastrous gathering, and yeah, maybe Giga, yeah, as well, seeing as that's popped up and that's awesome too. Yeah, tricking is getting bigger and bigger. It's becoming unstoppable. I think in the next few years it's gonna be recognised bigger than capoeira and parkour, which is what tricking is usually referred to by people that have no idea what it is when they're looking at what tricking is. So it's gonna become nationally or internationally known as tricking, and people are gonna have some sort of concept or understand at least what tricking is about, because tricking is something that, you know, you have to see through a tricker's eyes to understand exactly what it is. So I think, you know, people are getting on video cameras and they're making documentaries about tricking, and, you know, once it hits it on the TV screen and people understand that, you know, this is the next best thing since sliced bread, they're going to really, it's going to catch on, and it's going to be awesome. And people are going to be wanting to learn it left, right and centre, so there's going to have to be a foundation of institutions that are able to teach tricking, not just teach the tricks to people, but also teach them how to become trickers and pass on the tricking culture to the next generation. So yeah, it's not going anywhere but upwards and outwards. So yeah, I just can't wait. I can't wait to grow old and just see how far it's come, and see, you know, how amazing it's been since, you know, Morgan and myself, just two people tricking in Sydney, and that perspective of where we came from in tricking as to where it's going to be in 5, 10, 15, 50 years. It's going to be phenomenal. Who knows what is going to happen? I can only guess. Quadruple corks are going to be the stock standard, and swinging through those quadruple corks is going to be too easy. So I think a trick that I'm still very scared to do is definitely what I call the E-flip double gyro. It's still, I don't train it enough. I really should train it more, but it's one of those tricks that it scares the shit out of me. So every time I do it, I don't like doing it, but I really like trying to nail that trick. Well, we only called it the E-flip because we didn't know what else to call it, but from a round off, you are going to be traveling backwards and somewhat side flipping. It's like a loser side flip, or a loser, it's like a round off loser, either forwards and sideways, or just more so sideways than anything. So yes, you're going to do E-flip double gyros. You're going to do that round off loser side flip, and then halfway through the side flip you're going to pin out and do a double twist after that. So it's a very strange sensation to be going backwards and sideways and then double twisting after that and trying to land on your feet again. And the other one is the, I think they want to call it an E-bomb. It's a very similar thing because it's not quite a double Arabian, but the first thing that I think of doing is you do a round off and you're going to go down and sideways towards your feet like a reverse bullet flip type thing, but then it kind of rotates and turns around so you can still do another front salt out of that. So it's similar to a double Arabian, but it's way crazier. There's a few other tricks in the making that I'd really love to nail on the floor, but again, they just scare me too much. Worst injury. Man, every year there's an injury. Like everyone's going to be injured sometime in their life, and it happens every year for me, I guess. In 2006, bummed out my right knee, but that recovered, so that was okay. I've rolled my right ankle way too many times skateboarding and also doing tricks that it's just, whenever it gets slammed, it's out for another, between 10 minutes and 2 weeks type thing. Yeah, I'm actually been pretty lucky considering. I mean, there's a lot of kids here that have broken necks and torn ACLs and dislocated their ankles and stuff. So I actually consider myself pretty lucky in the scheme of injuries and stuff.